Con.
You good?
All right, go ahead, brother.
Con, this is back in Matthew chapter 13. Chapter 13, verse 6.
The plant you were able to see, all right, it looked like it was growing, but there was no root, man. So what really mattered wasn't being done. You see, if the root was growing further and there was barely any plant showing, that's fine. All right, but you got to concentrate on what's not seen, man. All right, your relationship between yourself and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Let that root establish, man. Start at the foundation. You build yourself that proper foundation, then you're going to be able to build upon it, man. You till your ground and you plant your seed properly. Eventually, it'll bear fruit, man. All right, but you're just throwing it around and trying to make it grow real quick. It takes no root because you really weren't sincere about this thing. It got withered away, man. You were part of that parable, man. The sifter got you, man. Go ahead.
Or you don't take care of it. You don't nurture it.
Yep.
You don't be diligent. Hey, that's not a recipe for. It's not gonna flourish.
Yeah, nothing just gets handed to you. You see, even your carnal things, man, like work. You want to go and become the at a certain position at work. You can't just go and apply and know that one day you'll have that position. You gotta actually go. You gotta try, man. You gotta like the brother said. You gotta nurture it. You gotta actually put things in motion to get there, man. You see, Jake likes to talk a lot, man, but talk is cheap. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And some fell among thorns, and those thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground and brought forth fruit.
Right, which is the elect. Go ahead.
And some an 100-fold, and some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
Right. Some are gonna harvest more, and some are gonna harvest less, man. And that depends on what you're investing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. What you're investing in the Spirit. You see. Go ahead, brother. Keep going.
Verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
It's not given to everybody, man. It's only offered up to the elect, man. Well, it's only given to the elect. All right, it's offered to the nation of Israel, but only the elect are going to be able to. Only the elect are going to be those seeds that are sown in the proper ground, man. All right, not those that are amongst the thorns, which the thorns of this world, man.
There's only a few that will understand this truth,
All these different distractions around you, man, to choke you up and choke your vine before it grows any further, man. All right, before you even have the chance to bring forth fruit. That's why you got to keep your eyes single, man. When I first was getting into this thing, man, all I did was I concentrated on reading these scriptures, man. And if there was stuff that I didn't get, honestly, what I did is I took note of it. And I wrote it down in a certain place and said, I'm gonna come back to it, man. Because I'm building a foundation. I'm not gonna sit here and read this verse and create a whole doctrine off of this verse that I wasn't sure if I even got, because I didn't even understand the scriptures really at all, man. Most of us, when we were first coming into this world, a lot of us never even read the Bible, man. We were just listening to what we were told.
We were astonished when we came across it, though, and we were like Moses. We said, hey, we want to figure out what this is.
I wasn't picking up going and buying some different crazy books and the Book of Islam to compare it to the Bible. I was only reading the Bible, man. And then once you build up your foundation, then if you want to start taking in these other things, that's fine. The Matthew the 15th chapter goes into that, man. Or Salakia. Yeah, it is the 15th chapter. Matthew the 15th chapter goes into it. All right, you take in these. You can take in the meat, but you got to spit out the bones. There's a lot of bone within these different books and things, man. All right, especially within the world. That's why you have all these bugged out Israelites talking about mermaids and shit, man. You find some wild Israelites out there, man. And the reason why is because they never built up a proper foundation, man. They have something mixed up within that foundation that's causing it to droop to the side. All right, you can't build a house upon it. Go ahead. Or actually, that's good, brother. That's good on that. Unless you got any precepts or anything. Go ahead, I can jump back.
This is Jeremiah 4:4.
Read that verse again about the tilling the ground.
Oh, okay. Verse 3, 4 and 3 in Jeremiah. For thus saith Yahweh to the men of Judah and Jerusalem, break up your fallow ground, and sow not among thorns.
Yep, sow not among thorns, man. Sow your ground in the proper places. All right, or sow your ground. Sow your seeds in the proper ground, man. In order for it to grow and you to bear that fruit, man. Nurture that plant. All right, concentrate on getting it deeply rooted, man. All right. When plants sprout, the first thing that goes is the root. It doesn't grow a green plant first and then the root starts growing. The root embeds itself and then the plant begins to grow, man. Gotta start at square one. Go ahead, up.
Verse 4. Circumcise yourselves to the Lord and take away the foreskins of your mind.
Right, the foreskins of your mind, man, not your flesh. See, you start cleaning yourself up on the inside, man, and the rest will follow. You don't clean up the outside and then the inside comes next. You don't go and you go buy some $300 Hebrew Israelite garment and now you're righteous. That's not the way it works, man. You got to clean yourself up, man.
Yeah.
All right?
That's like some guy trying to go and buy a car to show it off, and he goes, instead of working on the engine, he just paints the outside, and then he breaks down a half a mile away.
Yeah. Yep.
God, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't take care of it properly.
Yep. That car is as good as dirt, man. Ain't nobody's gonna buy it. The most lucky that guy will get is if a scrapyard will take it. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 4 and 5. Oh no, 4 and 4 still. Lest my fury come forth like fire.
Yep, that's what's coming, man. That furious fire. Go ahead.
And burn that none can quench it because of the evil of your doings. Verse 5. Declare ye in Judah and publish in Jerusalem, and say, blow ye the trumpet in the land.
That's what we're doing, man. Blowing the trumpet. Anagrami Isaiah 58 and 1, Baba Kasha.
Khan. Cry, gather together and say.
Cry and gather together, man. So blow that trumpet. All right, cry and gather yourselves together, man. This is the season that we're in, man. It's not the season of bullshitting, man. It's not the season of trying to reach the all heights of the company you're working for. All right, or having building your white picket fence and having your American dream family. All right, the American dream is done, man. All right, it's time to wake up and smell the coffee, man. And this is what it's saying. Go ahead.
Assemble yourselves and let us go into the defense cities.
Right. It's time to assemble yourselves and set yourself in a defensed array, man. All right. And what is that defensed array, man? You standing up. You got your shields up. All right. You're prepared, man. Your doors are locked. Your gates are up. All right. You're preparing to defend yourself, man. All right. Because what's coming next is Jacob's trouble, man. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is getting ready to kill 230 you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, he's according to the book of Revelation, blood up into the horse's bridle, man. All right, you think this coronavirus is something to be afraid of, man? Just wait until not only that, but all these plagues are hitting your doorsteps, man. Go ahead, you got that precept, Buck?
Khan, this is Isaiah chapter 54 or 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions. I, Shalaka, and the house of Jacob their sins.
God, cry aloud, spare not, and show them their sins, man. Is this thing on? Oh, it says it. I don't know. It's not on there. Oh well, see how it goes. Yeah, so cry loud and spare not, man. Show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins, man. Then once again, this is the season that we're in. Blowing that trumpet, man. All right, crying aloud. This is what you're called to do if you're a Hebrew Israelite man. All right. Oh, Con. All right. Con, yeah, it is starting to get hot, man.
Jeremiah 4 and 6. Set up the standard toward Zion. Retire, stay not, for I will bring evil from the north and a great destruction.
Con, he'll bring evil from the north and a great destruction, man. Go ahead and grab me Jeremiah 30 and 7. See, this is the spirit. You got to turn the camera, bro.
I did.
You did. This is the spirit that the world is in, man. This is the season that they're in. This ain't the season that we're in right now, man. All right, partying and full of homosexuality, man. It's got to be one of the most flamboyant things. All right, but go ahead, brother. Grab me that Jeremiah 30 and 7, Baba Shah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Time of Jacob's trouble, man. This is the time of our trouble. You see, man? Go ahead.
But he shall be saved out of it.
Okay, so hold it right there. So he shall be saved out of it, man. And, Lord willing, we might come back to that and elaborate on it a little bit more. But that's really getting on the elect, man. The elect are going to be delivered, man. The elect are going to be showed mercy, man. Okay, but the 2/3 are going to die, man. The judgment starts with the house of Israel. If you're claiming to be an Israelite, one of those plants, then you better be nurturing that plant, man. Because if you don't have that root deeply grounded, then when this Jacob's trouble happens, man.
Hey, we're diligent. We're out here doing the work. You know?
And the foolish virgins.
The foolish are walking by with party favors on their head. You know?
Well, and you got to realize too that there's still virgins, which virgin that's going in to being cleaned up and beginning to come out of the world and whatnot. But yet they were foolish, man. They weren't accumulating their oil. They knew they were Israelites, but they weren't like the wise virgins who are actually nurturing that plant. All right. Did I tell you to grab a step out?
I got a quick set, but you didn't tell me.
Go ahead and pull it out.
This is Psalms chapter 91, verse 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
Mm-hmm. Yep. From the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence, man. Just like the brother we were talking about that corona earlier. Brother was saying we don't need to be fearing that, man. We fear Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Because he could kill you in many forms, not just the corona.
God, and also that noisome pestilence is dealing with those missiles because they're going to be loud, you know?
Verse 4, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
God, his truth shall be thy shield and buckler, man. Your shield and your buckler is your belt. All right, so keeping your defense up, man. Go ahead, go ahead, brother. You got more?
This is Jeremiah 4 and 6. I'm sorry, 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
No, the lion. Who's the lion, man? Yahweh Shai, the destroyer of the Gentiles, man. Who's that comes with dyed garments from Basra? All right, we were getting it earlier, man. All right, Yahweh Shai came already as the lamb, man. Now he's coming in his glory. All right, and being likened unto a lion, man. All right, to come and take the kingdom, man. All right, go ahead.
He is gone forth from his place to take thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant.
Nope, the cities are going to be laid waste, man. And this began, all right, during the fall of Israel, man. All right, that this judgment began to hit Israel. All right, but now we're at the climax of it, man. All right, the fall of Esau, but it also with it comes Jacob's trouble, man. All right, in order to have the greatest victory, man, we're going to have a very, very great struggle to get there. All right.
And also I want to point out that lion is because he's from the tribe of Judah.
So
it's that lion of Judah.
Yep.
He's a so-called Negro, our Lord. Verse 8. For this gird you with sackcloth, lament and howl.
That's right, man. Again, characteristics of the season that we're in. Girding with sackcloth, lamenting and howling, man. All right, crying and sighing for the abominations that we see here, man. Brother, go grab me Ezekiel 9 and 1. Or no, Ezekiel 9 and I think 9.
Ezekiel 9 and 1.
9 and 4.
9 and 4. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right. Set a mark upon those that are sighing and crying, man. Those that are taking heed unto Jeremiah, the 4th chapter. Go ahead, brother.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Yep. So he's telling his angels, all right, to go and kill, man, and not to have any pity. Go ahead, let's hear more details on it.
Verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
See that, man? Little children, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to kill old people, little children. All right, there ain't no pity being showed, man.
God.
All right, because go ahead.
Christians don't understand that though.
No, you don't ever hear this being read in the Christian church, man.
God.
All right.
Verse 6.
And you know what these kind of verses do, man, is they put that terror in you, man. They let you see who the king of terrors is. That's why you have guys walking by laughing and shit, man, because they don't got no fear within them, man, because all they've been told is gumdrops and lollipops every time somebody's opened up the Bible. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Upon any woman whom is the mark?
Upon any man upon who is the mark.
Right, upon any man who has that mark, because those men with those marks, that represents the elect of the nation of Israel, man. All right, beginning with the 144,000 prophets, all right, who are out here sighing and crying. It's not called for a woman to be sighing and crying, out coming out here and speaking up about the things that are going on, man. And she has her place, which is to be by her man.
God, and what's the mark? It's the truth.
Yep.
'Cause we hold the truth.
Yep.
Starting out with our elders.
But showing you, man, that you're called to sigh and cry, man. You're called to be in this season, man, putting your garments on and seeking the mercies of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Go ahead, brother. That's good on that.
Verse 8. For this gird you with sackcloth, lament and howl.
Yep. Put on some party hats and start doing the most.
Fun day.
No, man. He said to put on your sackcloth and mourn and howl, man. All right, because this is the time of judgment, man. All right, go ahead.
For the fierce anger of the Lord is not turned back from us.
Yeah, it ain't turned back from us, man. Just what did the brother read out of Jeremiah 30 and 7? It said it's the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, but just because the elect are going to get saved, man, and just because Esau is starting to get judged, that doesn't mean that that the nation of Israel is exempt from that judgment. All right, Ezekiel or Deuteronomy 28, starting at the 15th verse, all them curses are still in effect, man. All right. So we don't have the green light, so to speak, man. We got to be striving in fear and trembling to make the calling of our election sure, man. Go ahead,
Verse 9. And it shall come to pass at that day, saith the Lord, that the heart of the king shall perish, and the mind of the princes, and the priests shall be astonished, and the prophets shall wonder.
Yep, you all you who are at a place of high authority, of high stature, all right, and not only you Israelites, but all you nations, man. When you see this judgment coming, man, when you see all these things coming into pass that we've continuously talked about that already are coming to pass, all right, when the RFID chip comes about, all right, and on a mandatory level. When you see these things, man, your heart's gonna melt, especially because you saw the men out on the highways and the byways telling you what was gonna happen, man. That's why I was really excited, man, with the whole Iran thing, because I remember telling people multiple times, all right, many times, that Iran was gonna get involved, man. All right, but it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. But these prophecies speak, man.
All right. Brother wouldn't have been able to speak those words if had it not been for the Holy Spirit.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is verse 10. Then said I, Yahweh, power, surely thou hast greatly deceived this people and Jerusalem, saying, Ye shall have peace, whereas the sword reacheth unto the soul.
That's right, man. We ain't in the time of peace, man. All of you who think we're in the time of peace, you're deceived. All right, because the sword is getting ready to swing over and cut you up in the soul, man. Go ahead,
Verse 11. At that time shall it be said to this people and to Jerusalem, a dry wind of the high places in the wilderness toward the daughter of my people, not to fan nor to cleanse.
Go ahead, keep going.
Even a full wind from those places shall come unto me. Now also will I give sentence against them.
So you have Israelites that are telling you ain't in the time of cleaning up, man. All right, what you're doing is okay. YOLO. But let's see what's going to happen to these people, man. Let's see what's going to happen to the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man.
God. And guys like T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar,
Yep.
Those guys are going to feel that fire, man.
Yep. All these households that got this Cesare Borgia in it, man. Well, let's see what your pastor's going to be doing, man. Especially when you see all this judgment happening and there was no rapture that came and saved you. All right. Go ahead,
13. Jeremiah 4:13. Behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles.
Yep.
Woe unto us, for we are spoiled.
This is it right here, man. This is exactly what the brother was getting in on earlier, man. All right. These chariots.
Oh, those aren't the cheap.
Oh. Come on, these chariots, man. All right, they're coming to judge you 2/3, man. All right, and also all these other devices created by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. The famine, all right. All these different things are going to be happening, man. The different plagues. It's funny. I had my woman told me the other day. She was like, oh, because with the coronavirus, you have like 16 cases in the States now. So, yeah, and she was like, oh well, he said he's going to destroy it by fire. And I was like, no. The fire, you're gonna be lucky to make it to the fire.
Oh right, yeah.
But yeah, she was trying to comfort herself by, saying, oh,
like,
it doesn't say that there's gonna be a plague. Well, no, there is gonna be plagues, man. There's gonna be all sorts of different shit going on. That's why people can be running around like chickens with your head cut off.
But the elect are not gonna be touched by any of it,
Nope.
I guess this steps.
Come on, go ahead, bro.
There's four verses. This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 11. And when the king came in to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he said unto him, Friend, how comest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless.
Right. You didn't come up having your garment, man. You weren't in the season. You weren't doing what you needed to be doing, man. All right. So this guy came to this wedding, all right, this feast. All right, which is spoken of many times within the scriptures. All right, which is likened unto the time of our redemption, man. Okay, so this guy's coming trying to be redeemed. without a wedding garment, man. This guy had the same thing as the foolish virgins, man. He had no oil. He wasn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. Right now, this guy that's fulfilling this prophecy is partying and bullshitting right now, man. All right? Probably just barely waking up after he just got fucked up last night. All right? All caught up in the world. This is the kind of shit that we need to be away from, man.
His woman's probably stressing him out, you know?
Yo.
Verse 13. Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into the...
Show him mercy because he's an Israelite? What'd it say?
Take him and cast him, bind him hand and foot, take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Gnashing of teeth, man. Because when those bombs hit, man, you ain't going to be able to control your body, man. Go ahead, Doc.
For many are called, but few are chosen.
Many are called. So there's been a calling to the entire nation of Israel, man. And many have heard that calling. You have a lot of Israelites who are waking up to this knowledge, man. Knowing that we the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, all right, are the Israelites of the Bible, man. But yet what? They're those seed that was thrown down by the wayside. The seed that was thrown amongst the thorns. All right, the seed that took no root. All right, so you got to make sure that you put that seed into fertile ground, man, because we're at the time of the judgment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
All right. The Heavenly Father knows fears about you that you can't even fathom, man. So you better get right with who you need to be getting right with, man. It don't matter how your woman feels about it, how your boss feels about it. That's why you got to keep that eye single, man. Anybody who gets offended, man, they can keep it moving. Matter of fact, we'll hold the door open for them. All right, because we're here to receive that crown, man. That's what you should be eating, drinking, breathing, and sleeping is this truth, man. I mean, of course, you got to do what you got to do to get by. But just like anybody, somebody who's trying to become a rapper, what is he doing, man? He's eating, sleeping, and breathing music, man. All right, somebody who's trying to be an artist, he's eating, breathing, and sleeping artwork. All right, so what should we be doing, man? Go ahead.
Waking up with this word in our mind.
Yep. And one of the things we were talking about is just starting your day off with this work, man. A lot of the times, the best way to combat these demons, man, is starting your day with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Wake up a little bit earlier if you got to read a scripture. All right, Spirit will start flowing. You might get a lesson together, and there you go. Now you're hitting multiple videos, hitting all your quotas. All right, your day is starting off spiritual. Okay, but you started off, with some wicked shit, man. Then it's gonna throw you into a downward spiral for the day, man. All right, so we got to constantly examine ourselves, man. Make these different techniques or what have you. All right, to be able to combat this flesh. Go ahead, Ak.
Jeremiah 4:14.
And it's a constant thing, man. You're gonna have losses, and brothers know how it is, man. There's gonna be times where you feel like shit, man. Like you're just undeserving. Like the Most High should just kill you right then and there. But you're gonna have days where you're feeling great, man. You're feeling golden. The Spirit's flowing. You're feeling good. It's always gonna be a constant battle, man. A constant wave. So when you're taking a loss, man, just know a win's coming. As long as you endure through it. But if you let that loss consume you, then that's your loss, man. You just lost the whole thing. Go ahead, brother. Slaki.
Jeremiah 4:14. O Jerusalem, wash thine mind from wickedness.
Yep, wash thy mind. Now this is exactly what the third verse was saying. All right, circumcise thy mind. All right, wash thy mind from wickedness, because we've been brought up in this filthy ass place, man. Every natural thought that you have, all right, according to your emotions, is gonna be off, man. Because you were raised to be emotional. You were raised to judge off of your emotions. All right, you weren't raised to judge according to the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Go ahead, Ak.
That thou mayest be saved. How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee?
Yep. How long shall your wicked thoughts, your vain thoughts, all right, which vain meaning pointless. Oh man, I gotta go and try to get this job. Oh man, I gotta go and try to get this Bugatti, man. No, how long are your vain thoughts gonna continue, man? That Bugatti you ain't gonna be able to run away from them. Let's see you outrun 200 million ICBMs in that Bugatti.
Bugatti's gonna melt virgin heat.
Yep.
Verse 15. For a voice declareth from Dan, and publisheth affliction from Mount Ephraim. Make ye mention to the nations, behold, publish against Jerusalem. The watchers come from a far country, and give out their voice against the cities of Judah. As keepers of a field are they against her roundabout, because she hath been rebellious against me,
right, man.
saith
who
Yahweh.
Who are those lovers that it's speaking about, man? Going back to go ahead, grab me a quick set, brother. Grab me Hosea. I believe it's chapter 2. Hosea 2 and 2.
Hosea 2:2. This is Hosea
Right,
2.
so remember, those lovers, man, those lovers are round about you, and they've forgotten you. They don't give a damn about you, man. And these lovers that it's speaking of, all right, are these nations. Go ahead, brother. This will elaborate on it further.
Hosea 2 and 2. Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife.
Yeah, and it's talking about the mother of Israel. Okay, so he's saying, plead with your mother. All right, I've disowned you. I've given you a bill of divorce. All right, you Israelites are no longer mine. It's basically what's being said here. Go ahead, brother.
For she is not my wife, neither am I her husband.
Right, because we've been espoused to the Heavenly Father, man. That's why the brother was reading the parable about the man without the wedding garment. Why was it a wedding? Because the elect were being espoused back to Yahweh through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, you see? Go ahead, Ak.
For she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight.
Her whoredoms, and what was she doing? She was a whoring with these other nations, man, cleaving unto their gods. That's where you have this creation of this goddamn white Christ, man. These Israelites are still a whoring after it.
Fine.
Go ahead, Ak. But now it's time to put away these whoredoms, man. Take that goddamn cross off your neck and throw that shit as far away as possible, man.
Fine.
Go ahead, Ak.
And her adulteries from between her breasts, lest I strip her naked and set her as in the day that she was born.
Yep, bear her back to shame, man.
And make her as a wilderness,
Go ahead.
and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst. And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms.
Children of whoredoms, man. Growing up uncircumcised in the flesh, Catholic, calling themselves Chicanos, calling themselves black, calling themselves Native Americans. When you're
Jehovah's
Hebrew
wickedness.
Israelites, man. Yep. Go ahead,
All these
brother.
whoredoms.
Yeah, keep reading a few more verses down.
This is verse 5, Hosea 2:5. For their mother hath played the harlot, she that conceived them hath done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my
Israel
drink.
said, man. Oh man, I'm gonna chase after these heathens. These
God.
heathens have been giving me this oil.
God.
These heathens have been giving me some good drink.
God.
Man,
Esau-
these heathens are giving that to you because they're afraid of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man.
God, Esau, Edom, they give you the child support. They give you your food stamps. They give you your.
But what did the book of Proverbs say, brother? Man's goings are of the Lord. How could then a man understand his own way?
God.
We receive what we did, especially in the ancient world, or really any blessing that you receive, is by the hands of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. And the Israelites at this time, the reason why they were in such a great nation is because of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So they got haughty. And just like you have a kid, you give him everything he wants. There's going to be this man grows up and just as wicked as hell, man. Expects everything to be handed to him because we had everything handed to us. You see, the Israelites, we had everything handed to us, man. So we're over here, instead of giving the glory to the Most High, we're giving the glory to the heathen. Go ahead, read me a couple more verses on that, Hosea.
God. Verse 6. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall that she shall not find her path.
See that, man? She shall not find her paths. And this is the continual spiral that Jake is still in. But the elect are able to get through it because of the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. Because they're able to conquer it through the blood of Yahweh Shai. Just like the book of Revelation says, the elect overcame, all right, through the blood of Yahweh Shai. All right, so we're going to overcome, man. Lord willing, we're part of that number. All right, but yet we were all set amongst those thorns. But now we have the opportunity to be those seeds that are grown by the grown in the right fertile ground, man. Go ahead.
Let's see. Verse 7. And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them.
That's right. You ain't gonna overtake your lovers, man. Gad shall overcome at the last. He said. But we ain't overcoming by our flesh, man. That's why Nat Turner didn't win. That's why Che Guevara didn't win, man. That's why Emiliano Zapata didn't win. That's why Crazy Horse didn't win. We cannot overtake these that were once that we saw as our lovers. And you still have the 2/3 seeing the heathens as their lovers, man. All right, in a spiritual sense.
Spiritual and physical.
Yeah, So you got Jake chasing after Esau as their lover, man. You got the nigga woman chasing after the Edomite man as their lover. All right, but yet you also have them chasing after them as their spiritual lover. Oh man, what did it say? You shall go to the want of your enemy for all things, man. You got Jake's praising the so-called white man, thinking they've given them everything. The Most High gave you what He gave you, man. All right, go ahead. Keep going. So they shall chase after their lovers, man. Go into this courthouse and ask them if they can give you a break, man. See what they're gonna do. See if your lovers are gonna show you the same love that you were trying to show them instead of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai at this time. Go ahead,
But shall not find. She shall seek them, but she shall not find them.
Yeah, ain't no Edomite's gonna give you a helping hand. Go ahead,
And then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then it was better with me than now.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the Most High.
God. Now it's like
just like a Babylonian hoe. This Babylonian hoe just she decided to go leave you and go do whatever the hell, pursue whatever she wanted to.
And
now she's coming back.
Difficult.
Yeah, she caught judgment. Now she's trying to come back. What are you gonna say, man? Are you gonna be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and have that mystery pussy that now smells like the whole goddamn neighborhood.
God.
No, you ain't gonna say that. But you know what? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai said that to the elect, man. And that shows His mercies are even more abounding than His wrath, because we wouldn't be willing to forgive a woman that did that, but yet He forgave the elect, man.
God.
You see that? But He still required blood from it, and that's why Yahweh Shai's blood had to be spilled. But go ahead, brother. Jump back to Jeremiah. Jeremiah?
This is Jeremiah 4 and 18. Thy way and thy doings have procured these things unto thee. This is thy wickedness, because it is bitter, because it reacheth unto thine heart.
Go ahead. Keep going.
My bowels, I am painted at my very mind. My mind maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace, because thou hast heard, O my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war.
And that's how you should be feeling, man. When you hear this alarm, in which this is the alarm, man. What you're seeing right here is the alarm and the trumpet, man. The alarm of war. We're telling you it's time for war, man. Okay? And with that being said, what did he say? I can't rest. I can't grab me Isaiah 62:6, Baba Kashag. All right, he said I can't rest, man. I can't even I can't just like you see a lot of people can't sleep because of their work, right? They get so stressed out they can't even go to bed. That's how we should be about this truth, man.
God.
All right, go ahead, Ak.
Isaiah chapter 62 verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls.
Yep, watchmen. And what does a watchman do? If you put a watchman on a wall, he's watching to see if there's going to be a war. If he sees some ships sailing to come and try to take the kingdom, he's gonna blow the trumpet. That's what we're doing, man. We're blowing the trumpet because the ships are coming, man, and they're in the form of 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles.
Because
Go
these
ahead,
2/3, they're not ready for Jacob's trouble. They don't even
Oh,
see
no.
it coming, you know?
Uh-uh.
They think that these generations
Man,
are going
these-
to dwell forever.
You 2/3 are so goddamn nearsighted, man. You're over here thinking about tomorrow, thinking about
They're
next
thinking
week,
about the All-Star game
thinking about
tonight.
2020. we're thinking 300 million years from now, man. All right, we're thinking way far about what kind of garment we're going to be wearing in the kingdom, man. What kind of chariot you're going to be driving to go visit Planet X with the brothers. You see, man, our eyes are on the kingdom, man. We can't rest because we're constantly thinking about it, man.
God.
All right, go ahead, brother. And
Oh.
the way that you ensure that you're going to constantly think about it is staying in the spirit, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
Come on, keep not silence. And what did it say? They won't hold their peace day or night.
God.
So the Most High has stirred a fire up within the body, man.
God, and also fulfilling prophecy, because when we're sleeping, hey, the other side of the world, there's camps that are prophesying, you know, prophesying this same destruction. All ends of the earth is this word is being preached.
Yep.
Bring out the next verse.
What was that? The second verse or the first verse?
Second verse. Do you want me to? Oh, that was the first one.
Oh yeah, read the second one too.
And give him no rest till he established and till he make it Jerusalem
Right.
a praise in the earth.
You see that the Most High, he said he ain't getting no rest until Jerusalem is made a praise among the earth, man. Which is what's going to come when Yahushua returns, man. The destroyer of the Gentiles, as we read, who's quickened from his thicket, man. Go ahead, brother. And that's really the ultimate destroying force, man, is Yahushua.
God.
It's not like we're sitting here, getting ready to just like you have Esau building his nuclear hideaways.
Bunkers.
Yeah, his nuclear bunkers. It ain't just the ICBM that's coming, man.
God,
It's
chariots.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai that's coming, and
God.
and even the ICBMs, he's having come with him, man. It's almost like Esau likes to do so many fireworks, man. It's like the fireworks at the return of the
Grand
Heavenly
finale,
Father, man.
The grand finale. Yeah.
Yep.
God.
Go ahead.
And
go
not only
ahead.
that, his men are going to receive spiritual powers.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, so you're gonna be seeing all sorts of wild shit, man. And you got Leviathan walking
God,
around.
God.
So you see, there are many plagues coming to destroy men. All right, go ahead. This whole chapter is fire, but we'll close it up soon.
This is verse 20. Destruction upon destruction is cried, for the whole land is spoiled.
Yep.
Suddenly are my tents spoiled, and my curtains in a moment.
Mm-hmm. And this is what's coming. This is what's coming to Israel on an all high level, man. Because it came to you when Israel began to fall. When Israel began to fall, that's when they began hitting their curses, man. But now it's going to be hitting an all high level, man. Destruction upon destruction. Go ahead, Ak.
How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet?
That's right, the standard. What's the standard, man?
What we're
War.
Well,
Come
here
on.
too, us too,
Yep.
been out here is the standard for this time.
Yep. And the standard's being set, beginning, all right, with the elders and the apostles at GMS, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. What other camp do you see putting out a minimum of 3 videos a week? Going to camp. All right, what other camps do you see striving, man?
God.
I've seen some camps out here passing out flyers. The standard is set, man. Now it's up to you to follow that standard. Go ahead, Ak. You got a set, brother?
Let me get in to Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 15. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. Verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding
Yep, all them seeds that didn't bring forth the fruit. Go ahead.
shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Yep, shall remain in the congregation of the dead, man. So you come out of the world and into this truth, and then you just do a 180 and jump right back in. Then you're gonna remain there, man. There ain't no Yahushua ain't coming back another time to do another sacrifice to bring you out of the world.
God, in fact,
Right.
you're better off not knowing the truth
Yep.
know the truth and to fall out.
That's why if you see yourself having those wicked thoughts, man, beginning to slip back into a man of the world, that's why we constantly examine ourselves, man. Now you could turn around before you get your ass sucked in there, man. All right. All right. What did it say? Yahweh Shai said was talking about going in and cleaning up your house. If a man goes and cleans up his house, all right, cleans himself up, and then yet lets a demon in there again, he's gonna bring like 10 more up in there, man. So it's gonna be even harder, man. And these words are words of wisdom, man, for you to be able to listen to now, so you're not in that position of it being harder. All right. You don't want to be in that spot where you get sucked out, because then the harder just turned into impossible, man. Go ahead, bro. Was that all you had on that?
Cut.
This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Yep, they're wise to do evil, man. They really plan out their whole day of wickedness, but to do good, man, they don't know nothing. They don't know their left from their right.
God, it's like your own family is the same way. I know that my niece's birthday party was last night, and I know I was being ridiculed for not being there, and it's like they have no understanding, man, Rather they doing a pagan tradition rather than hearkening to the truth and then taking offense at you at the same time.
2 Peter 3:11. Go ahead, read me one more verse.
God. This is verse Jeremiah 4:23. I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, and the heavens, and they had no light. I beheld the mountains, and lo, they trembled, and all the hills moved lightly. I beheld, and lo, there was no man, and all the birds of the heavens were fled.
This is what's coming at the glory or the arrival of Yahweh Shai, man. Everything's going to be terrified, man. Spoken of in 2nd Ezra's 13th chapter, man. All right, go ahead, Ak.
Verse 26. I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was a wilderness, and all the cities thereof were broken down at the presence of Yahweh, and by his fierce anger.
That's right, man. These cities. Pan, point this camera up, brother. Let's get this city on camera, man. This shit's about to become a wilderness, man. We're about to see what 200 million ICBMs will do to this place. Go ahead, brother. Grab me that precept that I asked for.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
Right, all these things, man. This city, all these cities that we're living in, man, are gonna be taken down, man. Especially here in America. All right, go ahead.
What manner of person?
Do you think we're gonna allow one building of Esau's to stay up in the kingdom, even if it's on the whole other end of the world? Are we gonna allow it to stay up? Hell no, man. It ain't gonna be like on the Planet of the Apes. You still saw the Statue of Liberty. That bitch gonna be gone, man. Dissolved with fervent heat. You see that? Go ahead, Ak.
What manner of person ought ye to be?
That's right. So what person ought ye to be, man? If everything over here is going to be destroyed, man, dissolved, what should you be worrying about shit here in the world? Hell no, man. What manner of person? Let's hear it, Ak.
What manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Yep, in all holy conversation and godliness. And how do you do that? Surround yourself by the Achion. Go ahead, brother.
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the...
Not a prolonging. Oh, man. Lord willing, this will happen next year. No, man. A hastening of the coming. Go ahead.
Unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's right, man. The elements are going to melt with fervent heat, man. All right, what manner of persons ought ye to be? This place is through, man. All right, hastening the day. We can't wait for this fucking place to go, man.
That's right.
All right, we're counting the minutes for America, for Esau to be a distant memory within your mind, man. All right, but that was all I had, Akim. Unless you brothers have another precept you want to close on.
I had a couple steps, but going into Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt.
Yep, being America, okay. Sodom, which spiritually it's not actually called that, but it's spiritually likened unto those places. Go ahead.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Right. They came up and brought up all these different images of likenesses of him. All right. We're speaking all these lies. Go ahead.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their bodies to be put in graves.
Go ahead.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth.
Yeah, this is tormenting to the world, man. All right, they want to see us dead, man. All right, but the elect are going to be delivered. No matter what, man, man's goings are of the Lord. All right, we're gonna commit to whatever walk Yahweh Shem Yahushai gives us, man, because really we have no choice anyway.
I got a closing set.
Come.
This is Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
Yep, the house of Esau for a stubble. What happens when you put a flame to stubble? It ignites. You're not talking about a full-on log. You're
Becomes
talking about the
ashes.
stubble, man. Go ahead, Ak.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
There's going to be one Edomite left.
There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
Ain't no Edomites, man.
For the Lord hath spoken it.
That's right. So Esau is through, man. Esau don't get no forgiveness. Esau don't get no prolonged amounts of time. Esau don't get one city to continue forever. Esau is done, man. The so-called white man is through. His kingdom is over. It's deteriorating, man. And we're out here to let you know that we're at that time, man.
With that, we are the real Hebrew Israelites. We want to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash.
Double honors goes out to our elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And as always, we want to acknowledge the Akim who are pushing this truth and sincerity in the streets of Babylon. Salutations to the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba.
Abba. Shalom.
Shalom. Were you planning on going in on that today?
No.
Oh, okay.